Hi, everyone. My name is Uche Maple, and I'm a leadership and business strategist. Just want to say, I hope everyone is having an amazing day. And I really wanted to come on very briefly to talk about 3 reasons why being intentional is critical and so important in today's environment, especially now. I was having a conversation with my friends and my spouse, and what I'm realizing more now than ever that life is so short that we have to take every moment, every opportunity, and enjoy it, but to live our dreams out loud. It is becoming more and more evident that we don't have time to wait, and that if we don't do anything else, we want to make sure that while we're here on this earth, that we are serving, that we are impacting and changing the lives of others so that they can go and impact and change the lives of someone else's. Yes. So early this morning, when I go walking, I walk in my neighborhood, and I love to listen to motivational videos. They really center me and they help me dream dreams bigger than I've ever probably dreamed before. And what came on was Oprah. She was having a conversation and talking about how her intention changed for her show. And I've heard this story many times. I've heard Oprah say this many times, but this in itself, for some reason, I was finally able to grasp it where I then begin to apply it. She talked about how they wanted to be the number one show on television, and that they decided, or she decided, that whenever she brought someone on, that there was going to be an intention behind it. And she gives a story about a mother who comes on whose daughter had passed away at the hands of the boyfriend. And Oprah asked her, "Why are you here?" The woman, she said, "Well, because your producers asked me." And Oprah's like, "Yeah, but you said yes." And the woman said that I wanted to come on because I want people to know that my daughter's life was bigger than her death. And when she said that, Oprah was like, "I can do that. I can make sure that I can ask you questions that celebrates her life or make sure that her life is being remembered." And that whole maybe 30-second clip actually had me thinking, what are my intentions in anything and everything that I do, right? For example, next month, October 13th, I'm going to host an event called Leap Forward 2022. And this is going to be a virtual event for anyone who wants to attend to learn how certain things, either mindset shift, want to learn how to be in your zone of genius, or really just learn what's at stake if you don't move. But I came back, wrote on the board, what is the intention of my life? What is the intention in the business that I have set for? And what is the intention of this event that I want? And by doing that, by being still and allowing the universe to allow me to be able to take in energy, power, whatever you want to call it, so that I can harness it and be able to write down. When people come to the LEAP event, I'm trying to, because I say the Leap Forward in 22 events, the virtual event that's happening next month, what is the intention? And I came up with 3 things. The first thing that I want people who attend to become that leaves, I want them to take away that to be able to shift their thinking on what's possible in their life. Now, I love talking to people. I love interviewing people. Listen, I've been interviewing people for a lot of years. I love doing webinars. I just love talking. One thing that is common is that for people who have amazing, thought provoking ideas, there is that fear that stops them from moving. And it's usually, I gotta learn more. And let me be clear, because that was me. I can tell you that now. That was me. The fear of doubt, the fear of um, I'm not ready. One thing I learned very quickly is that when we have been given something to do, and when we are actually moving forth on that and working on that, we actually we are more knowledgeable after 12 weeks, 16 weeks, 20 weeks, 24 weeks than probably people who've never done it before. But yet and still that doubt is still there, right? So my intention for this event, number one, is for people to understand what's possible for their lives, because we're always thinking about what's impossible, but to break that chain of what's possible is one of the first intentions that I want them to be able to take away from. The second thing is knowing how to use and understand their zone of geniuses. Everyone has something that makes them phenomenal and amazing. I'm going to keep preaching this because this is something that I fundamentally believe in. However, we have been trained, we have been institutionalized, we have been reprimanded that what makes us amazing at a young age is not good. The biggest one is really being talkative. Listen, I know, let me say this. There was a time when I was younger, elementary school, and I would never forget this. I was in the backyard and we were playing a game, and I was like, don't do this. I got called in the house and said, "You're not the boss of anyone. You don't do this." What I quickly realized is that ever since then, I always cowered back. I will never fully show up. And that actually impacted me even when I was in the workplace. One, I'll never forget this, my first year working, one of the recommendation was to gain more confidence. We have to be very careful of the words that we use when people are coming up, especially younger kids, because we can either repel or attract their area of genius so that they could be phenomenal, right? The third thing is to be able to understand what's at stake. What's at stake if they stay where they are and not leap. When I was able to come away with those three intentions, the clarity and the focus was there. And I was very excited because I now felt like the purpose of what I wanted to be able to achieve is happening. One of my clients, when I was working with her earlier this year, she was pregnant, she had two kids already, and she had this amazing, amazing business idea. And she said, I am tired of not um, stepping out on what I know is amazing, right? And after her talking to me and we came up with some different strategies, she said, it was one thing I told her, and it lit a fire under her. And she said, it so much so that she was able to book contracts and workshops and was acting out and acting in on this amazing idea, right? But that's again the intention. What is the intention when you're meeting with people? What is the intention when they come across you? What is the intention when you're able to speak life into them? We have to be intentional. And hearing her story of where she was when she met me to where she is now is telling me that I am in the place that I need to be, because my goal is to be a light in the midst of darkness, is to impact and change lives so that they can go and impact and change lives of other people, right? So the three reasons why being intentional is so critical. First one is it helps you understand the importance and purpose of your bigger vision. And we hear this, if your vision doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. It's okay to say that you want to travel to the moon. It's okay to say that you want to build a colony on an uninhabited planet. It is okay to say that, no matter how wild and outrageous it may be. The point is that you have something bigger than what you could ever dream of. The second thing is that your mind and actions help you achieve it. As a result of having a vision bigger than life itself, right? Your actions and your mind will help you achieve it. How you move. There is nothing more sexy than someone who has a goal and a plan and knowing what to remove off their plate in order to achieve it. Let me just tell you that. And the third thing is that it removes chaos and confusion. A lot of times, because we are not intentional, we have a tendency to do everything. And we don't need to do everything to get to that one thing. Yes, but when you are truly intentional, when you truly understand what the bigger vision you want for your life, your mind and your actions will help you achieve it by removing the confusion and chaos. So here's my challenge to you today. Before you go into this weekend, I want you to write down one thing you want to do and the intention behind why you're doing it. And take the first 3 steps and actions on moving towards it. My name is Uche Maple. Thanks for joining me. I'm the leadership and business strategist. More information will come for the virtual event.